Davey Johnstone talks about his grand guitar opus. It's a favorite in concert. Stations all over the world still play it. His guitar on Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. Now remember, Davey has a brand new album out. There'll be links in the description of this video where you can buy it. Also links to the entire interview. Usually when we release part one of an interview, the entire interview is on our sister channel, Rock History Book, and there'll be links right at the top of the description if this clip is not long enough for you and you want to hear the whole thing. So check that out. It's also a podcast. Here's Elton John's famous guitarist, Davey Johnstone.
Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. And I heard you talk before the fact that Elton, loves the guitar. But so how did that happen?
Obviously going to be a great rock and roll song. And we actually had tried it when we were in Jamaica on an ill-fated trip there. The studio just it wasn't up to what our demands, what we needed, But it was great being in Jamaica. We had a great time down there. We ended up having 2 weeks vacation, and lots of ganja in the meantime. It was great fun and lots of laughing. I tell you, there's some great stories out of those days. But when we got to the Chateau to actually do the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album properly, Saturday Night was one of the songs we were going to do. And Elton said, look, it's got to be obviously a guitar song, so I don't even want to play piano on it. So he said, come up with an intro. And I immediately went, how about this? Da-da-da, okay, that's great. We love that. So it's going to be just guitars. So I remember doing Dee and Nigel and myself doing the basic track of Saturday Night, and Elton was dancing around the studio with a microphone on a leash, and come on, it was like one of them. And so they loved the basic track, and it was like, okay, let's do another guitar pass. Let's do another guitar pass. And then it was, well, let's do the solo section. So bit by bit, I just built it up track after track with guitars, with other voicings. And when I got to the solo, we wanted the effect of when the solo section came in, it would be like a steamroller, like hitting you like with a ton of in-your-face guitars. And that's the way it came off. I achieved what I wanted in that section. And when I hear that song now, it still gives me chills, because when those guitars come in the solo section, it's like just when you thought it couldn't get any bigger, it just annihilates you. And those moments are great. And I consider myself really fortunate to be a part of those amazing tracks back then, because we were unstoppable. We were doing something that was unique. And it was something that nobody else had done. And it was our brand of rock and roll. And to this day, it's still valid. When we're playing shows, people still stand up and they're, giving us the rock and roll sign, and they're digging it. So, yeah, as I say, we're very lucky to be involved still in this great thing.
Obviously, through these people have told you the gatefold of Goodbye Elbrook. I actually interviewed Ian, who did the cover last year. He's a great character, but the fact that all those little paintings and the liners and pictures of you guys, and you've done that yourself with your favorite albums, because so you could understand. People sometimes forget you're a fan as well of music Absolutely. That you grew up with, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing more amazing actually than meeting your heroes, because I had many of them. Because see, I didn't start playing. I was 11 years old in Scotland. You had to, in order to listen to rock and roll, you'd have to tune into one of the pirate radio stations, like Radio Luxembourg or something, to hear your songs. And I would sit there with my new acoustic that my sister got me for Christmas, and I was sitting there waiting for a Beatles song or a Stones song to come on the radio. So what a passion it was for us to have to learn that way, and it had to be done really quickly. It was all done, on the fly. So when I got to meet some of those guys, when we started being really successful, and we'd meet the Stones and the Beatles and actually get to work with some of them, it was just it was like dream come true for a musician.
We'll have another clip from Davey Johnstone in a few days. Remember, if you want to hear the entire interview, it is on our sister channel, Rock History Book. And this is also a podcast. There'll be a link to it in the description of this video, and a link for you to buy Davey's brand new album. Make sure you comment on our videos. We read all the comments. Buy a t-shirt, you can help support the channel. And remember, subscribe to the channel. It makes us very happy. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music. Take good care of yourself.